Hey everybody, we're live. It is Sunday. Welcome back. Direct Edition Squad is in the house. It is episode 12. We've hit a dozen, and I've got Soldier Only, Tusha Only, and Bait the Snake with me. What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello. Good to see everyone. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a kind of lazy Sunday, but somewhat productive.
Yeah, I would agree with that on my end. I got a little bit of reading in, but mostly a lot of Netflix watching.
Yeah,
So
we got some Netflix watching in last night, but not too much reading.
It was non-productive whatsoever. I woke up early and somehow I bought one of the most boring but fun games ever, Settlers of Catan on the Nintendo Switch. And shit out of that game. Yeah, I've seen videos on it. It's really fun, and I hope whoever has a Switch wants to buy it, and we can get friend code.
So I finished Jessica Jones the final season this morning, and then somehow through like the crazy Netflix recommendation engine, I got recommended like this Netflix original show called Formula One: Drive to Survive, where they like follow drivers in the Formula One like
Jessica Jones
2018 season. And I started watching that, and I got into like this rabbit hole, and I'm like 4 episodes in now, and I'm like watching.
Yeah, spoiler alert! Jessica Jones season 3, she becomes a Formula One.
Yeah, exactly, right. I'm like, why am I watching this formula? And I was talking to JP Budget Collecting earlier about it because he like I tried doing this OBS software test with him for like 2 hours earlier. Like we were like trying to figure it out behind the scenes, and then we went live on his channel with OBS a couple times, and we couldn't get it to work like all the way because of like issues with the internet and computers and whatnot. Anyway, and then when we were done with that, I was like, well, what do I do now? Like I still got an hour and a half, 2 hours to kill before Direct Edition Squad. I was like, I went back to watch the freaking Formula One show for some reason. I'm like engrossed in this Formula One thing for whatever reason. It's like really intriguing. So
you get sucked into the Netflix show so easily. Like we're thinking about cutting cable, and now it's like hearing Carlito tell me that Sandman's gonna be adapted into a Netflix show. I lost my shit.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Is there any more information?
Netflix shows today too, man.
Is there like a creative team or anything like that?
Well, after he told us about it, we hadn't heard anything about it, so we immediately started looking it up online, and from what we could tell, it looked like it was breaking on every outlet just within the last like hour, 2 hours top. So it's still very new. The only thing it was really saying is that Neil Gaiman will be an executive producer, and who is it? It's him and was it David Goyer attached?
I think so.
Who has been working with him in the past, trying to get like a movie, and they've been trying to get it adapted for quite a while now into whether a movie or a show. So
Eric Heiser.
Oh, that's the writer, I think.
I can't pronounce words.
Kachung, Gretzky, what's up? Smurf Dog, how's it going?
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up early. We got Rod. Rod also was here earlier, early.
You didn't have Jeffrey here, man, so we kind of forgot to announce our chat members, our loyal followers.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
This is true.
Someone always has to step in for that role whenever he's not on a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the best at it. Like no one can do it like him. We try. We come close. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. It's good to see you in the chat.
So yeah, I mean, visually speaking, I'm curious to see how that show gets presented. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like how they produce it. Like, it should be interesting.
The one thing I did hear was that they're not going to have any kind of like pilot type thing. It's just going to go right into the series.
Yeah, it is direct to series too.
Yeah. That's about all I know.
And it's live action.
Yeah.
Live action. Yeah. Live action is what it's saying. So.
Yeah, that's about all I know. And then as for Jessica Jones, we're like this close to being done.
Well, no, I think we got about halfway through.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah, somewhat. A little more than halfway.
First episode right before here. But before that, finished up Saint Clarita Diet. And before that, I actually watched The Chef Show, which Jon Favreau.
Chef's Table? Dude, Chef. So good. Dude.
No,
I saw that on there.
Table. This is Jon Favreau's show. and
Oh.
he did a movie called The Chef,
Movies. Oh yeah, I've seen the movie. Yeah.
which is a really good movie, especially if you're a foodie. Definitely
Yeah.
check it out.
Isn't Scarlett Johansson in that?
I don't know. It's John Leguizamo, Sofia Vergara, Dustin Hoffman's in it. There's a bunch of they do justice. If you're a chef or have ever loved that or love cooking shows, like they do it with such integrity, and because Jon Favreau loves cooking, so they transferred it over to the show.
Oh, it's a show version of the movie. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
where they had the guy who was the consultant chef that was training John and doing everything. He's there on the show with him. They have Gwyneth Paltrow, Tom Holland, the Russo brothers come on for an episode. Uh, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., plus other David Rodriguez, right? That's his name. Yeah.
Nice.
That's
It's on Netflix. The show.
Yeah, man, it's really good. They do like a 3-part show where the celebrity comes on and
I
cooks.
remember hearing
Like,
something about that.
Paltrow was on and they cooked a pepper pot, you know.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
And it was kind of
Beyonce
funny
and
too. And he's like, hey, remember when we did this? You had his food truck come on for we were on Spider-Man. She's like, we weren't in Spider-Man. She's like, yeah, we were. She's like, no, we were in Avengers. And he's like, no, Spider-Man. So they have this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think did you send me that clip, or because somebody sent me that clip?
I know Nerdist posted it or did like a little segment on it, but it goes farther than that. And if you know actors, you know they film tons of scenes and they kind of overlap with editing. So you really don't know what movie you're going to. So they kind of made it seem like she had no idea, but really.
Yeah. I remember watching it and thinking, oh, how cute. She can't remember that she was in Spider-Man.
But then he like describes the scene and she's like, oh yeah, they put that in Spider-Man? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So you can get it. They're all great shows. San Clarita Diet is over after this season. It's like a poor suburban, like fun type show. I don't know. It's cheesy, but it has a good.
Hey man, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Netflix time. I'll get my Formula One on. You'll get your cooking on. You know, we'll compare notes later. So
so those are some shows to check out between the Formula One, the Jessica Jones, like they said, the San Clarita, and the Chef Show.
Some
of the other random Netflix stuff we watched is like The Toys That Made Us and
The Toys That Made Us was really good.
What was the Comedians in Car Getting Coffee tune?
Oh yeah, I love that one. Communities Coffee.
Yeah, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, with Seinfeld.
That show's classic. So
that one's really good.
I've seen Jerry Seinfeld
on Yahoo, didn't it? Like back in the day before like YouTube was really a thing.
It was on Crackle. It was on Crackle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I don't even know if that's around anymore. Is it? I mean, I don't
right.
I don't know.
They tried to give it to me with my Sprint phone back in the day, and I guess it didn't take.
I'm going to
survive.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I could have sworn I heard it. I've heard Crackle somewhere recently, but maybe it's something else.
Maybe it just disappeared like Blockbuster.
I'm
faded out.
I know, probably like a cell phone company.
I'm going to see Jerry Seinfeld.
Comments for kids. What's happening?
Yo, John, what's up? And what's up, Kenny?
Kenny.
But yeah, man, all those Avengers in those stars from Infinity Endgame, man. I mean, that's it's a good chef show to check out. You know how they bring them on there.
That would be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one I was watching.
Right?
I was watching Graham Norton at my mom's where it had Gwyneth Paltrow, Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Holland, and Tom Hanks on. It was a good episode of Graham Norton.
Was it a recent one? Because we have it set for our DVR to record them, but we haven't been watching them yet.
It was a somewhat recent one.
Yeah.
Not too new, though. But
yeah, I love that Graham Norton show.
I like that.
You're going to go see them again soon, right?
What's up?
You're about to go see all those actors again soon, right?
In the re-release?
Oh, well, I saw them.
It's called a segue, man. You're supposed to take it.
Dude,
jump on that segue.
I was going to try to segue into because you brought up comedians in cars and getting coffee or whatever.
I threw in the chef show with with the Avengers in it. I tried to link it to you go.
Well, I was gonna bring up the fact that I was gonna see Jerry Seinfeld do stand up in November because you brought up that show. So I completely forgot about the Avengers segue. So, but my bad. I didn't take I didn't catch the handoff on that one. But yeah, I did see the Avengers re-release yesterday morning. So I just looked it up online. Like I think it doubled the grosses for the movie this weekend compared to last weekend, but that only equates to like $5 million or something in the U.S. So they're still like 20 some odd million behind Avatar as of today. So I don't think it's gonna happen like on this re-release attempt, and maybe in the next couple weeks if it stretches out. But now that Spider-Man is coming out essentially in a day, I think it's over. I think the chances are over. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Wasn't it someone else in the community that went to go see the re-release and they ended up with a poster that was like a gauntlet? It was a free poster for the re-release.
Oh, I did. Yeah. So I saw a picture of it online. I didn't get one for going at the theater I went to. So.
I'm sure it's probably pretty limited. I think the one you're talking about, I think it might have been Carlito that posted it. I think so.
I
think it might have been him that seen it.
But yeah, with Spider-Man coming out soon, I'm excited to go see that one.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a preview of Far From Home at the end of Avengers Endgame, the re-release. There was like a 2-minute scene with Mysterio, Nick Fury, and what's her name? The S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that Fury works with.
Maria Hill?
Maria Hill, yeah. Robin from How I Met Your Mother, exactly. Robin. That's what I associate her with in my head also.
Yeah. Same, I know I still see her as Robin half the time.
But, so that was a quick scene, but you did get a look at Mysterio in action. The bonus footage at the end of the movie started with a really touching Stan Lee tribute that had it was like 4 or 5 minutes, or maybe it was less, maybe it was like 3 minutes. But it featured a lot of behind the scenes of every time Stan filmed a cameo. So like you saw him hanging out on set with all the actors, like funny candid moments like of him actually filming those cameos, and they turned it into this like tribute style montage. And at the end of the tribute, the screen went dark, and then on the screen it says, "Stan, we love you 3000," and I almost cried.
That would bring a tear to my eye.
It was really sweet. And then after that tribute, it went into an actual deleted scene from Endgame. And by deleted scene, and it was also unfinished. Like the scene featured Hulk, but you could see Mark Ruffalo wearing like the mocap suit kind of outfit thing, and like it wasn't finished visuals, so you didn't see like him fully as Professor Hulk. You just saw him kind of like wearing like a weird thing. But the scene was essentially like a quick action scene where he was off like kind of saving the day somewhere like in his own situation. And then at the end of the scene, after he's done with the action, he gets a phone call and he answers the phone and he's like, Steve who? And basically it's like connects the dots where like after Captain America, Black Widow, and Ant-Man go to visit Tony and tell him, we need to figure out time travel. And he says, no, thanks. I don't want it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And then they're like, we got to go find a big brain. Right. And then they cut straight to the scene with Professor Hulk. Initially, they were going to have a scene where you see Professor Hulk doing his thing and then answering a call from Steve Rogers. And then they would have.
I read up on that, man. I think it sounded cool in theory, and
I see why they cut it.
But did anyone else get like a call to arms like scene before they all showed up in the diner? So it would have just kind of been out of place and just.
Agreed. Like I feel like going straight to the diner scene like made that scene more impactful and funny. Like because you didn't expect it. I thought it was fine having that scene cut out, and by seeing it, it didn't color my opinion of the movie really at all. It was just a cool, honest thing.
Had one before, if you really count it, as Hawkeye, and that was just kind of like in the beginning, showing what happened to his family. I wouldn't even call that a call to arms type of thing. That was just the beginning of the film.
Absolutely. So
really opening.
but that was basically it. And so the bonus stuff lasted maybe like somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes or less, ish. So, I enjoyed seeing the movie again for another time. Like, I actually sat through the whole movie and then waited till the end. I didn't just buy the ticket and then show up for the end. I don't.
Right.
I don't think buying a ticket and showing up for the end is worth it. That's not worth $15 or $20 to me. If you actually want to see the movie again, then it's a cool little bonus thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But by the what you get at the end alone is not necessarily worth paying for the ticket price again. And obviously, not enough people did to make severe enough of an impact to take down Avatar. At least not this weekend. But
it came close.
Yeah,
the thing is, everyone keeps calling it a re-release, and the thing is, the film has never left the
film never left theater.
That's what's weird. Yeah,
it's still in the theaters.
It's still out there, man. It's never been picked up. Now, Avatar went out, stopped, and then came back what, twice?
Twice, yeah.
So I mean,
so they've already surpassed.
Never left the screen.
They've surpassed Avatar's initial theatrical run for sure. They've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've come close.
So right now, Endgame's at the top, and Avatar's there with the asterisks because they left and came back, and then
you can look at it that way.
Yeah. It's still pretty close.
But no one wants to say that. Everyone's still clowning on these damn Smurfs in the space, talking about looking like Fern Gully mixed with Dances with Wolves mixed with surrogates. The only thing that pissed me off about that is what's his name, Cameron, preached to all of us my original idea, my original thing. I have been waiting for technology to come up to my thought process for the last 15 years. All you did was recycle Fern Gully. Come on, man.
I don't think
exactly.
Honestly, I haven't seen Avatar since it came out.
I watched it once again because it came out on HBO and stuff, and it was running. And I was like, cool, I got a dope TV, and I could kick it up to damn near 4K. So I'm like, let's see, and it was fun to watch, but it was still a lot of stupid, cheesy, unoriginal.
How long was that? Was Avatar 3 hours? I don't remember.
Damn near. It was like 250, I think, or 240 something.
Yeah. See, it's like the first movie that ever made me cry was
Smurf says it's on right now.
What channel?
I'm not surprised.
Let me go to my DVR and learn how to use it real quick. Come back. I don't actually know.
But yeah, man, it has a giant tree like Fern Gully, and they all live off of it. And then it's Dances with Wolves because it's Kevin Costner has to go live amongst the people. And then it's Surrogates, which if you've ever seen the Surrogates is dope. Where it's basically almost like a Ready Player One.
I like
playing with real.
I never read the book for Ready Player One. I just saw the movie, but I enjoyed the movie.
Well, the whole thing is you go online and you go into your body. It's like you, but it's a robot clone of you, and you go out around the world and you just stay inside your house all day. It's too dangerous. It's with Bruce Willis. It's a dope movie.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have to see that one because I remember seeing previews.
Yeah,
Ready Player One. That one looked good, but definitely, I agree with the Fern Gully Avatar thing though, for sure.
I know. I was surprised, when Endgame first came out, and the talk of catching up to Avatar kind of first started, picking up. I looked it up, and Avatar really didn't pick up making a lot of its money until later on in its run. Its opening weekend wasn't really as big as you would think it would be with how much it ultimately
had that 3D hype, man. I mean, at the time, 3D was a brand new thing, and it just rehyped. Not brand new in general, but the new evolution.
Well, I mean, if you really want to get nerdy and break down the numbers, the Endgame killed it in the United States and China. It's the rest of the world. It's the rest of the world where Avatar has much more success.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't count.
Exactly. They don't count.
It's essentially you're talking about two movies that essentially made the same amount of money.
That's the thing that always dumbfounds me, man. These movies are mainly Americanized, pictures. The companies are in America, even though they're multinational now, most of them. But they're made generally for the American public. But we're the last ones to get to see them. They always release them in China and England and all these other, especially Star Wars. That really pisses me off. They go up in other countries, and then all of a sudden there's all these spoilers around, and we're the ones who need to see it first. It's made for us first, and they're like, well, it just happens to be on that time.
I
No,
don't.
no,
I don't.
It's monarchy.
I don't necessarily agree. I think that
I agree.
I think that
And that's
movies
all
are I think that
That's
movies
the
are like
bottom line.
international. They're for international audiences. I mean, I don't like movies being released internationally in territories. I like international release dates.
Yeah, I don't care that it's
You know?
gone over there or does international dollars and all that. I'm just saying if it's made in China first, then release it in China and then go around everywhere else. If it's made in America first, release it in America and put it everywhere else. That's all I'm saying.
It's just a slight privilege, but it's not asking too much. It's really not.
Well, it's crazy because we were kind of talking about this with how much.
If you're making that comment about Star Wars, then it should be released in the UK first, because that's where it's made. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just saying the owner of the film, the owner of the company, whatever the company is. If it's an English company, then yeah. If it's an American company, then no.
Yeah. It was a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
They shoot the all over the place, man.
I think big blockbuster movies that have the potential for like, you know,
is there a real reason? That's what my griping is about.
No, they have the potential for like spoiler landmines on the internet should have international release dates, and by that I mean one date where the film comes out everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
agreed.
That's agreed. Yeah.
Don't matter
the
if
only
one's
reason I've ever heard of it being any different is being that they are released first is because of the day of the week that they're like a day or two ahead or a day or two behind. And I'm like, no, man, it just starts whenever we get it. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Thursday over there, bro. It starts whenever you say go. You're the one who puts the movie out.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Especially now, we're just finding out now. What movie ever gets released on a Tuesday? But Far From Home is getting released on Tuesday.
I'm seeing it on a Monday night, which just feels strange. Honestly.
I know, it's throwing us off.
Weird. Yeah. I'm seeing it tomorrow at midnight, so I gotta, like take a nap beforehand, wake up, go to the theater at midnight.
Get some coffee.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna be doing. So, but I am looking forward to it. It should be fun time. Should be fun time. I always enjoy seeing Spidey on the big screen. So.
I love Spider-Man. That's a movie I always have to go see in the movie theater.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Ever since the first one,
the only one I didn't go see was the one with Jamie Foxx.
Was that Spider-Man 3 or Amazing ASM 2? It was Amazing 2.
Which people try to clown on that movie, but they really built up an amazing world and characters and story building. It's just, man, Jamie Foxx and that just killed it. It's just Blue Electro is weird.
Hopefully, it's the opposite in Spawn.
Well, yeah.
I think him is absolutely
time. So.
Yeah. Do you guys know what? Do you guys know what the current status of the Spawn movie is? Like
one of the last things I saw on there. One of the last things I saw on that, McFarlane was saying something. They're kind of having a hard time, agreeing on a script and everything. So it's still scripting really? from what I see. This one interview with McFarlane I was reading, he was like I've set aside the money, the money and everything, that's not the problem, that's because he's been wanting, this to be done for a long time.
He's gonna let it fail. After the 90s one, it's still a cult classic, that 90s one, but it didn't live up to the hype it should have.
I think the key differentiator this time is he's putting up a lot of his own money and he's directing it himself. It's he's taking a step into a new creative endeavor that he hasn't technically been a director before.
Smart enough too, man, to realize he's not going to be pretentious and be like, I'm the director, but I think he really ultimately wants creative control because
it's his baby, man. Come on, dude, it's his baby, That
CGI. I hope the comes back as a cameo of some way. With CGI, he could be the Annihilator again, man. I mean,
that would be so great.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping it would be good. So
I with Amo, man. I remember first time seeing him stand up as a little kid, probably when I shouldn't have been watching him. But his stand-ups were always awesome. They were a Broadway show in New York, always. And it made you, me on this little island down here, made me oh, that's what the big city's like. And, he was just hilarious, dude. He's So animated.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
He is.
So, what's up for snack time this week, Big? I brought a snack. I think you brought. Did you bring a snack today? You got one?
Yeah, man, I got the normal peanut butter M&Ms.
Dude, I got one of those right over there, but it's not my. I'm not choosing.
And also, I found this new Milky Way fudge.
Ooh,
That thing looks great.
that looks good.
It looks like I'm gonna need a glass of milk, so you can see how there's like fudge-tastic like.
So I don't have anything nearly as like delectable as that. I got more of a healthy snack this week, but I do like these. These are the sea crunchy. So these are like dried seaweed chips, basically like seaweed snacks, and these are like teriyaki flavored.
You're going the savory route.
Yeah, so this is more of a savory snack, and it's definitely more of a healthy snack. It's like 25 calories or something for like, and there's like two servings per package. So it's like, 50, like you eat this whole box and you consume like less, like 50 calories or whatever. So, and they taste really good. So trying to be healthier this weekend, but that chocolate looked amazing, and now I want chocolate. So.
Right, I know chocolate sounds so good. All I had was a Black Forest ham sandwich with crushed potato chips inside of it. Because you know when you make a homemade ham sandwich, you got to put potato chips in the sandwich.
Love potato
chips
in my homemade.
Yeah, that's what I had, and I snacked on the chips. And he was putting some of the books away, and he's like, "Oh, here, look at this one." I'm like, "Don't you let me touch a book right now? I got
potato crisp." Yeah, as soon as you went like that, I'm like, no,
I'm not touching a book with this potato chip residue on my hands. I just finished eating.
The 84 said that some shit Aquaman snacks on. I think he meant that for my seaweed.
Yeah.
That would be Aquaman snack.
That probably would be Aquaman snack. But.
Well, the teriyaki part is what makes it sound good.
That's true.
Yeah,
right? I mean, it is what it makes it like savory enough, you know. Otherwise, it's just kind of bland, you know. But it makes it really good. Yeah.
Well, it's like those Twix peanut butters. I get so addicted to those that for whatever reason they kind of taste like coffee to me. Like the Twix peanut butter it has that slight
sugar, man.
I love it. It's so good. Ooh, we did try something new. It was Jolly Rancher, Airhead gummies.
Oh yeah.
Airhead gummies is what we tried.
Good stuff.
They weren't too bad. They were kind of flat, but they were still pretty good. I liked them.
I know it only had like a regular Airhead taste.
I almost had a dental emergency like during the week because I tried eating gobstoppers again for the first time in like 20 years. I was like, I haven't had gobstoppers in about 15 to 20 years. I wonder if it'll be good again. Maybe I could talk about it on Direct Edition Squad. Guess what? You need young 20-year-old man drink milk every day, like bones in your teeth to eat that shit. But,
right?
Swear to God, dude. I was like, did I just crack a tooth?
You're already on the way down, man. Like back then, you're still young and healing after everything. Like
yeah.
Oh my God, there was one time.
That's the last set of teeth I have. I gotta stop messing around with them.
That reminds me, there was one time I was like maybe 11, 12 at the time. We were coming back from Bear Lake, where it was like me, my sister, my mom, and my stepdad, and we were driving from Idaho back down to Salt Lake, and there was these jawbreaker sucker things. So without realizing it, from the drive from Idaho down into Salt Lake, I'd been eating this jawbreaker sucker thing for like hours. My tongue was so raw. I didn't even realize I was still eating it. And then by the time we get into Salt Lake, we stopped at La Frontera to get smothered burritos and stuff. I could barely eat. My tongue, I had been
smothered burritos. Whoa! What's that?
Yeah.
What are they smothered in?
La Frontera, they're just cheese and beans.
Yeah,
cheese, rice, and beans. It's so good.
I don't know about my hash browns getting smothered, covered, and topped, man.
This is the first. This is the first show in a while where like the snack time isn't making me hungry because I actually ate before the show for the first time ever. Usually I'm like eating super late, and by the time we do this show, haven't eaten yet, and then we always talk about snacks, and then I get so hungry afterwards. Mm-hmm. But this time I can maybe
Smurf snack time with me.
Oh,
right.
Good, man.
I want to find that one.
I want to find the Milky Way now too.
Yeah, let me stick the camera on Bake for a second.
Zoom in on that.
How do I zoom? How do I do it? I think I need OBS to zoom.
I'm about to stick it on my camera.
Nice. Let me see what's up. I think I saw JP's budget collecting join in here. What's up, JP?
What's up?
Hey, good to see ya. Hello, hello. Yeah, that's like the only reason why I'm not hungry, because I was at my mom's. I had to convince myself that there's food at home. I'm doing laundry at my mom's. I'm like, I'm getting hungry. I want food. Maybe I'll pick up something on the way home. I'm like, no, I can't think like that. There's food at home. I was like, I know.
Milky Way fudge. This thing would be great with vanilla ice cream.
Oh God! Yeah.
There was one time.
Cake or a fudge like brownie in there.
You know what I've been jamming on recently is just old school regular Lucky Charms cereal. Like I dig it so much, dude. That was my like childhood right there.
There was one time.
I love cereal, man.
I love cereal.
There was one time he gave me the funniest look because I was eating a Snickers, and for whatever reason, it just suddenly sounded good to dip in my strawberry yogurt. I don't know what it was. I get some of the weirdest cravings that you wouldn't think of.
Man, why wouldn't it? It's like a Neil.
He gave me the weirdest look. It's in like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though. That's a good cereal. The Honey Grams. It tastes like graham crackers and milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love cereal.
The milk at the end of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like the best. Like package that up and sell it as a drink because I would get it.
Or like when you have like Cocoa Puffs and it turns to milk chocolate.
Do that, NYC.
Yeah,
I should probably do that, right? I should probably just.
No, they already do, man. I think it's like in Portland, one of them hipster towns. Yeah, they have like cereal milk.
Yeah, that sounds like a Portland thing.
I should ask my brother. He lives in the Portland area, so.
I think it's called cereal milk. Check it out.
All right.
Like
that would make sense.
That's crazy. Cause I was about to say, I was like, damn, that's $1 billion idea right there.
I know. Well,
but I usually do.
How many times have we all stumbled on $1 billion ideas that we're too late?
Yeah.
Well, and then like the next thing you know, you see it as an ad on Instagram, and you're like, how did they know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that thought out loud. How did they know?
Like, why did I think I invented
listening?
You know. Yeah.
I just keep it basic lately. I usually do some Rice Krispies, like regular plain Rice Krispies, and I'll get some honey and drizzle that shit on there.
That's so good. I used to put honey on my honey. God,
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Honey Nut Cheerios, yeah. When I was up at the university, in my psych episodes when I was committed, I would get like the Honey Nut Cheerios and put honey over the cereal and eat it that way. They were giving me weird looks, but it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It was so good.
That'd be good.
You know what's weird, though, about Cinnamon Toast Crunch y'all were talking about? We used to go to the gas station and get the single ones for like $1.
Mm-hmm.
Things, right? Well, at the end of it, same with Lucky Charms. You pour in all that milk, right? And you're eating it. At the very bottom, somehow there are still crumbs and dust that are dry. There's no milk on them. Somehow they're like in the.
Yeah.
This is weird, man. This isn't natural. Like something that they put in this shit is repelling the liquid of the milk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I've noticed that before.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it any less good. I mean,
yeah.
Try it next time. I think it works with Fruit Loops and the other ones too, man. No, it works. It's not like a trick.
They get you, dude. They really get you with those single serving size cereal things because like they're so tempting to get like because it's so convenient. Like the bowl's already there, like that. But like from a dollars and cents perspective, like it's like almost 50% of the cost of just buying a whole cereal box, and you should just buy a cereal box.
Right. So, I usually get those small ones if it's a new cereal that I'm testing out, like that Crave.
Yeah, that's a good
idea.
Where
it was like it wasn't sure if I wanted to try it yet or not. So I'm like, it's like I don't know if I want to buy a whole box and then be disappointed because I don't like it. But if they have it in the single one, maybe I'll just try to.
I've definitely been there where like my eyes like were like, oh, that looks really great. I'm just gonna get the whole box, and then
What's really good is I get them at Beans and Brews. I think they have them at other places, but it's a local coffee shop. Is the Rice Krispies, but it's like the Tutti Frutti Rice Krispies. Ooh. It's not like the regular Rice Krispies.
Oh,
it's like the fruity Rice Krispies.
Like the fruity pebble ones,
yeah. Those Rice Krispies are so good. I get so addicted to them. The only place I ever see them is either Chevron or Beans and Brew. And it's the Tutti Frutti.
All right, now I am getting hungry again. God damn it.
It's only a matter of time. I know I might have to go out and buy
I did buy a fresh box of Lucky Charms, so and a fresh half gallon of milk, so I'm
I
good.
know that. I know
I'm
that's
good to
right.
go.
That's where my mind was going to.
That's my midnight
marshmallow.
snack tonight for sure.
It's the best thing
Yeah.
because you can always have another one. You
Hell
can buy
yeah,
a box
dude.
of cereal at a count. Because if you're still hungry, you can always pour another bowl.
Or another bowl.
Exactly.
Mr. Gretzky is calling us the best show on Sunday night. Well, we appreciate that, Mr. Gretzky. Thank you.
We really
Thank
do.
you, man.
Thank
For always
you.
being here in the
Thank you so
chat.
much.
He's probably one of our most loyal chatters.
Hell yeah.
So
Mhm.
thanks for that, bro. What else? Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about or bring up or promote? Do you guys have a date for your auction yet? Soldier and Fuchsia?
Not like
Not
an exact
yet.
date yet.
Yeah, we've just started going through some of the books of what we're gonna sell, and we're still looking into a few others, but we don't know yet. Probably by next week we'll know though for sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
Dave?
this coming week we'll probably know what we're gonna sell because we're slowly gathering what we're selling and what we're gonna sell it for.
Hell yeah. And who says you got to do an auction? You can always just hang out and post
Yeah.
them up there for a set amount or best offer. You know, you don't have
That's
to
true.
really, like. I feel like auctions are getting played out too, man. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there is a
I
lot.
I like the best. I like the best. I like the all best offer auction kind of style. Like it's not technically not an auction then, but like
Right.
like an all best offer sale. Like I guess is the way you can call it. Is how you could frame it maybe.
Well, and it's hard sometimes to know what you're gonna sell it for though too.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know, we're just still a small part of the community, man. You're in there and you don't have thousands of followers. I mean, you could take a big hit on some stuff. I mean, dude, Thoro Kuboro had one the other night. Last night I think it was. And
Yeah, it was last night.
I forget who it was on the auction, man.
Smurf was on it. I think Smurf was on it.
Yeah, man, he was bidding on a lot, and then one of the guys, I think the lot went for $100, and it probably was worth like at least $250. You know, I mean, some people take some major hits, and it's not like we're all ballers. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just regular people in debt, making bill payments, and just like everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I know
Exactly, and
everybody
that's
wants the best deal, but you know.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like going through through our collections and stuff. That's what it is like, would this be better on an auction? Would this be better, just like as a listing or,
Because
like
what we
whatever's-
do sell, we're gonna have to try and what we do sell when we come up with a price that we're gonna sell it for, it's like we kind of have to stick by that, not
like a
necessarily
ballpark.
a ballpark.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
we
you
can't
set it
afford
up
to
and you're like,
lose
I can
money.
haggle within this range,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if y'all
Yeah.
want it, cool. If not, do it on one of your issues, man. Married with
Right.
issues. Just do it as a hangout and be like, hey,
Honestly,
man,
like
That's true.
Yeah.
here's
we can
this
do it on
one.
the
Y'all
Wednesday.
want it? Boom.
for my own purposes, I think the next time I sell, it probably won't be on a YouTube auction. It'll be on an Instagram auction, or like some sort of live Instagram sale. Like I spent a lot of time over the last year like cultivating like an Instagram following. Like I almost have 2,000 followers on there. Yet I've never used the video functionality once. Before
Right.
at all.
That's how we are. We've been
a
wanting
book.
to
So
do that too. Like,
I don't know why I
I've
haven't
been
done
seeing
that.
Yeah, I've been seeing more people go live on Instagram
Yeah.
too. It's
Mhm.
it's a nice feature. Like when we finally do show what our apartment looks like, we were thinking about going Instagram
doing
live
it on there. Yeah.
for the tour of just like, okay, here's when you walk in the front door, and here's how this setup is.
Yeah,
Because
it's much-
there's
it's much
so many
quicker. It's
nerdems. Like
It's much quicker and like you can be more flexible, like just from your phone
Yeah.
walking around or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah. Because
Like-
it'd be harder
like,
to
I
do
mean,
it on the
like-
computer.
Like every Sunday, I spend like 30, 45 minutes setting up this link. Like it's like I don't know. It should be easier. You know what I mean?
It
Like
really
it's
should
still
be.
bit, like
And apparently it's going to get harder. I mean, I downloaded OBS, and I hear
Dude,
you can type
JP
with
and
that.
I,
so it's
JP and I
gonna
had this like almost 90-minute like long OBS test session earlier. Like, and I'm already very afraid. Like, I can't even get it to successfully install on my computer.
Yeah,
You know?
OBS can be intimidating at first. Like, this is my experience because when we used to stream on Twitch with video games and stuff, when we had our PC and all that, like, that's what we used with OBS. And I remember it was like overwhelming at first, but I mean, we eventually got the hang of it. Like, you can even go back on our YouTube channel to old stuff, and you could see some of the stuff we were making when we were using it. And I mean, it quickly got to the point to where it's easy to understand eventually at some point, like once you get going. But with whatever's happening with this hangout stuff, I mean, we might have to go back to that route again or something. But like we said before, the laptop that we use right now, I don't think we can really get OBS on it. But
Well, I got to figure it out for this channel and for my channel.
But we
I
could probably
downloaded
still
it
do
over the
Skype.
weekend. I started messing with it over the weekend. It looks dope. Like, I guess I got to figure it out more, but it almost looks like a live streaming edit studio. You know,
it is, yeah.
Add and transitions. I mean, if you've ever used the editing software, it should kind of start clicking for you. You know,
Unfortunately for me, it might mean I need to buy a brand new computer because for the computer I'm streaming on now, like it's an old work computer and it won't let me work and so I have a new computer at work, but there's like an old one that like it's like 6 years old or whatever, so nobody's gonna want to use it at the office or whatever, but like so I use it at home as like my home work computer, but it also won't allow me to install OBS. It's like you don't have the right permissions or whatever.
You got to go into settings. I don't know if you can be older. I had to go in a different way and allow it if you're on an Apple.
Yeah, I'm on an Apple, so I got to figure that out, or I got a new computer. So.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping we can get a new laptop. We were planning on it because like the one that we have is a Chromebook, which is very limited to Google and what it can do. Like there's several things on it that I can't do because it's not the same format.
It's not like Windows, you know.
Yeah, it's not Windows. It's like, it was that
it's
Chromebook
almost like
that
format, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be such a big, good, successful thing, and it just kind of flopped. And so now it's just like, even my mom, when she got me this Chromebook for Christmas that year, she had gotten one for herself, and even she had to get another one because the Chromebook was just so limited to what she was able to actually do and needed to do on the computer. So
I mean, what it does do, it does great. It's just
it's just that it's so limited to its own restrictions of what format you can use.
Same with my iPad of probably the same generation. Like what they had back then doesn't work.
Yeah, I got an iPad Pro like at the end of last year, like a relatively newer one. They're so much faster now than they used to be. Like my old
I think mine's probably like 6 years old, 7 years old, maybe.
My old one
like, ran
out of speed. But yeah, the problem is like the Apple products still just remain like so expensive, like in comparison.
Oh, yeah, by far. I had the Samsung ones. Like I really want to get a Samsung laptop.
I never had a Samsung.
I'm glad I spent for the higher package though, man. I mean, when I had the choice, I'm like, I could save this money or spend the extra like so much and get this, and this, and thank God, or else I would have been having to buy an external hard drive, and now I just downloaded OBS, and I'm still kicking it at blazing high, fast speeds.
Nice.
Now I just got to learn how to use it and figure out Skype. Dude, which, if you're getting a Skype thing, man, I'm telling y'all right now, if you got to go do a Skype account, go make a brand new email.
I made a brand new one. Yeah, I made a brand new one.
Yeah, and name it NYC.
I named it Comic Books NYC. Yeah.
Because if you use your phone number, your Skype name is going to be 8675309 whatever, or or if you use your email, like me, mine is Blizzard.
Hey guys, my phone number is.
I'm just saying, like, there's a big thing, like, you can't go back and change it, and it'll be a whole thing. So registering.
I literally went through that.
Do it right the first time.
Today. I literally did that today earlier with JP when we were doing the testing, and for us, like, I think Skype was like hogging up so much of his bandwidth that it created like lagginess, I guess, or like, and the challenge is you got to run a live stream on Skype with X amount of callers or video people in the chat. And then you have to run OBS. Then you've got and pull it in, and then you've got to send it to YouTube and run a live stream on YouTube, and then also have YouTube up. And Chrome takes up a lot of like memory, like and CPU power as well. So you got to have all that running at the same time. So you need to have fast internet. You need to have a fast camera. It's a lot, honestly, like to ask of a computer to handle all at once. So you need a lot more than what this Google Hangout setup needs, So
Yeah, yeah. This is like very easy and laid back compared to like how our Twitch stuff was when we used to stream gaming and stuff.
You did it more than me. I don't even know how you did it.
I was gonna need it anyway because I was planning on streaming some of them 8-bit games.
Oh,
You know, on that emulator that I got over there.
that'll be
So,
fun.
yeah, I'd like to just play old school shit since I have every single game from everyone's childhood. Just take requests and just play it. But now I gotta learn what a captain card is and all this other crap. I could have just went live and had fun, but now you're making it all difficult. And
I know what. Once it becomes difficult, it's not fun anymore, bro. Like,
exactly,
right?
You know, and that's exactly why I kind of quit Twitch streaming. Is it became not fun,
right?
You know, yeah.
He was turning mean. I'm like, if it's gonna upset you, don't do it. Like, why are you putting yourself through that torture if it's only pissing you off?
Yeah, because I don't want to do. Everyone already streams games, and stuff, so I was like, I'd be like this 8-bit niche. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
That's the name of your channel, 8-bit niche. I like.
Right? See, it's like with the Uncharted game. That's how you play Crash Bandicoot inside of Uncharted.
In the game, yeah.
Speaking of Crash, he's oh no, never mind. That's Banjo and Kazooie. They're on
I remember Banjo and Kazooie, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crash Bandicoot made it to Smash, but I think it's Banjo and Kazooie.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they were based off of a Sega game that a kid that grew up down the street like invented, but they took his idea and twisted it. Banjo, because that's the bear and the bird, right?
Yeah.
Bear and the he had like his was a more like Echo the Dolphin route, but the same thing. And they basically he had the paper. It was a big thing down here. Nothing ever came of his particular game, but they took his characters, renamed them, and
was that originally on Nintendo 64?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
It was,
yeah, Banjo probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, and Banjo-Tooie was the second one.
There's this series on the Sci-Fi Wire YouTube channel called like Professional Gamer versus Old School Video Game Classic or something, where they get like current top like world ranked like Fortnite players and whatnot. You know, people who get essentially professional gamers who make their entire livelihood on playing games or streaming or whatever, and then they put them up against like a normal person but playing like an old school game. Like I just saw one where this like top Fortnite player is playing GoldenEye like on N64 with this chick.
That was my shit, man.
And like she came close to like, and then in this guy's particular background, he's a Fortnite player mainly, but he's done other games. And he did play GoldenEye back in the day. It was his favorite game apparently. But he hadn't touched the game in like 15 years or something like that, or like seriously in like 10 to 15 years. And the girl won 2 out of 5 matches, so it was like 3-2. He still won, but by barely. And this is like a pro gamer. Just go to the Sci-Fi Wire YouTube channel and like look for like Gamer, GoldenEye, or 007, and then you'll find like the series. It's pretty cool. I'll send you the link. But yeah, it was pretty entertaining actually to watch that.
Yeah, I saw an old retro gaming show like that. I might have mentioned it last week, but it was like in the 70s and or 80s, and they were showing 2 guy and a girl playing. And man, the styles back then. We're playing the old cabinet games, and it was like the release of Dragon's Lair, where they had like the light up screen, and you'd have to. Dude, they play it in freaking Stranger Things.
Right.
I think it's in this year's trailer for season 3.
That's coming this week too, man. It's gonna be
I'm so excited.
Season 3, and I'm pretty sure it's the game they're playing in the beginning. Either that,
that's this
or
week.
Season 2.
Yeah, that is this week.
Man, that's crazy. This is a crazy big week.
This is kind of making me wish that we don't work
Friday. I
know.
We barely even touched on
Stranger Things.
Spider-Man, Stranger Things. I got Florida City or Florida Supercom, man. Any y'all Florida peeps, Smurf, you got my number. Anyone else out there, holler at your boy. We'll meet up on Saturday. We'll go get some cigs and
nice, dude. That'll be a good time. Enjoy that, bro.
Oh yeah.
That sounds fun as hell. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I got some family visiting for like the 4th or whatnot, showing them the new place for the first time. That should be fun, I guess. But probably we'll just stick it around.
Bringing housewarming gifts.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't.
Be like, I'll accept food or cash, please.
What about food and cash? Because that's better than food or cash. You know what I mean? We'll take both.
You want me to bake a couple dollar bills inside of a ziti or a lasagna or something, or you want to go separate?
Honestly, I have no idea what my agenda is, but I know that I'm not going to be working, which will be awesome. So that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
Ghosts and
Kind of
Goblins.
exposed for that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
we could still maybe
Then
might have
goes
the
to
option
gold.
to take it off, but
that was for Super
We'll
Nintendo.
have to see.
yeah, I might.
I don't
mention it.
remember. I don't remember
Yeah.
that game. I don't think I remember. I don't think I ever played it. Ghosts and
The
Goblins.
one with the knight, right?
It sounds kind of familiar.
Well, there's two of them, man. I'm trying to remember. There's one with a knight, and he like kind of bounces a lot, and he goes around. And there's the other one where he runs around and he has the spear and shit, and then he gets like the knight. And that one was super hard. I think that was Ghosts and Golds or Ghosts and Goblins, because like in 2 hits you're dead. It was such a hard game, but it was awesome.
Nice.
There was a marble one on my own PlayStation. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a marble that you would like guide.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
that one.
pretty much
Yeah.
Madness,
where you-
man. Marble
yeah,
Madness.
Marble Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one and like Centipede and Paperboy. I still have all those.
I
I
have
play a
like
game that's like Paperboy now. It's called 80s Video Kid. It's on the App Store. And, you basically
Nice.
you look like Minecraft, like the 8-bit style, and you're kind of dressed like Marty McFly. And instead of throwing papers or a bike, you're on a skateboard and you throw VHS tapes, and you have to throw them into. And dude, all around the level, you got Ninja Turtles popping out the sewers. You got Freddy Krueger running down the street. Jessica
Yeah.
Rabbit walking down the street.
That's
Ghostbusters
awesome.
and Ecto 1, Bigfoot. There's so many references.
That's
like the
good
monster truck
stuff.
Bigfoot, not the Sasquatch Bigfoot.
I gotta dig up my. I have all my regular old school PS1 and PS2 games in like one of those like CD booklets. Like I lost the original packaging like long ago and like just transferred all the CD like all the discs
It's
into
funny. That's
like,
what ours were into.
one of those
Yeah.
books or whatever. And now I can't find the book like because
Oh.
and I still have like I still have a bunch of boxes like I stuffed in a closet that I haven't gotten around to unpacking yet, but I need to like go through those boxes and see if it's in there because if not in there then I have no clue where my PS1 and PS2 games are. So that would be kind of sad if I lost them, but I don't know.
Hopefully you find them.
Yeah.
It might be the last place you look.
Yeah.
Usually it. Yeah.
Usually it is.
I mean every time
Every
every time I move I lose at least one thing. So but hopefully
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
And you normally don't realize
Played the
you
game
lost it
Tubin?
either until it's too late.
what do you say, Ben?
Did you ever play the game Tubin? Like inner tubing? Like you're like
Gauntlet.
floating down the water and you had like beer cans and you had to throw them. It was almost like Paperboy.
No.
Yeah, Gauntlet was good one too.
Dude,
I
check
don't
it
think I
out.
heard that too.
All right.
Yeah, too, but I don't think I heard that
I
one.
used to play that at my gas station. They had Circle K is what it was called. And every day after school, I lived like 4 streets behind it. But you know how every neighborhood has back streets and shit.
Yeah.
So I'd get off,
Right.
go grab a Slurpee, and it was either Tubin or Street Fighter 2. And it was,
Yeah.
and then you get tired of one, you move to the next, and then when all your change was done, all right, time to go home.
That was the greatest thing when I found my Frogger one and we started playing and we were playing because like I always joke if you ever try it'll be murder suicide and we end up playing Frogger and I jumped on top of his character and I'm like boop, and we both got hit by a car and I'm like oh hey look at that it happened.
That was just like a couple months ago too. We were
Yeah.
playing that.
It was like right before we moved here though.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
well,
No
great.
weed in the juice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
now I
great.
got a Slurpee craving. Like Caleb hit the nail on the head there.
Have you tried the Sonic Red Bull slushies?
Oh, I
They're
haven't
at
had
Sonic.
those.
They're Red Bulls.
There's
Oh,
really
they're
there's
so
no
good.
Sonic really in NYC like that I know of.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have that there.
No, I don't think so.
We
There's a
don't-
few like
Ours
around
are
the
far and in
mainland,
between.
like Miami area.
The only
They're
time
scattered.
I ever been to a Sonic is in Vegas when I was in Vegas.
They're
Yeah.
kind of far
My
and in
goal was
between
to
here,
find
but
In-N-Out Burger. I've never been to one. Always heard they were amazing. Like
Dude,
one
In-N-Out
day-
Burger.
In-N-Out is good.
In-N-Out Burger is my #1 burger.
I hear it's the
But I
sauce.
wish we had I wish we
So
had
good.
Jack in the
Sauce
Box.
is so good.
I love Jack in the Box, but the only time I ever have Jack in the Box is when I'm down in Vegas.
Yeah, because it used to be for us the only time we would have In-N-Out is going to like California and stuff.
Yeah.
But they brought In-N-Outs here like 10 years ago or something, maybe.
Maybe not 10,
Maybe
maybe
not
like
quite that long, but
8, 9.
yeah. But you see, so we've had them here for a little while
8,
now.
9 years now.
Yeah, for me, it's like it's the first stop off from like Landon. If I ever go to every time I go to Los Angeles, you know, and I lived in LA for 10 years, but every time I go back, it's the first stop. Like after landing at LAX, I go to In-N-Out and I get a double, and I'm sitting there watching planes fly like overhead, like while I'm eating my In-N-Out burger. It's a great chill ritual to like ease myself back into the LA vibe before
Yeah.
things get crazy. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
wish
us,
we had
got
Jack in
what,
the
the big
Box.
four, man. We got McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Arby's. Back in the day, we used to have Miami Subs, but the owner was like a Greek mafia dude, and he got gunned down, and that got done. Recently, Pitbull, the rapper, he bought out Miami Subs, and I hear he's trying to bring it back. But it was like a staple of Florida, man. It was like great quality food, which was actually originated as Baskin Robbins. Yeah, a lot of people
Nice.
don't know. 31,
Oh, wow.
I think it was.
Baskin Robbins classic.
Yeah, it converted over to Miami Subs, and that shit blew
I don't
up.
think we even have a Baskin Robbins anymore. I think all of ours went out of business.
Yeah, I can't think of one right now.
Our Arctic Circles are going out of business, and I think our Baskin Robbins did too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember,
They find out
there was like
everything.
a couple, but yeah, they're not there anymore now.
Yeah, other than that, man, our obscure one is, since we have more of like a Latin-based community in South Florida, is the Pollo Tropical, or the chicken chop. That's usually we don't get the In-N-Outs or sometimes you'll see a Checkers,
Okay.
but it's not the same.
Right?
I think I've been to a Checkers in New York like twice, maybe
Yeah.
over the past few years.
It was just
There's one in Brooklyn, I think. It's like close to a movie theater, so it's like if you need to sneak in like food before seeing a movie in this one part of Brooklyn, that you can go to a Checkers. That's like the only time I've ever been there.
Oh, my bad. We have Taco Bell too, man. You gotta have
Taco Bell, dude. Love
Taco
Taco
Bell.
A lot of them now
Nacho
are
fries.
and that's
So
a good thing, man. They've been bringing Taco Bell and KFCs and putting them in the same places.
Yeah.
Where else
Yeah,
can you
that's what I
get a
was thinking.
chalupa and a 3-piece and a biscuit in the same damn place? It's amazing.
It
Yeah.
really is, yeah, because a lot of our Taco Bells here are either Taco Bell Pizza Hut or
Pizza
Taco
Hut,
Bell KFC.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare to come across a
Started
Taco
doing
Bell
the
that's
fried
just
chicken
Taco Bell.
tacos. They started doing that chicken made out of fried chicken, or the taco made out of fried chicken skin or whatever, and then they put the chicken in chicken taco. It was like a cannibal chicken taco. I don't know, man. It was weird.
Squares, chicken to the 9th degree.
Chicken
They're like, hey,
overload.
man, those burrito tacos were a success. What's the next best thing? Well, why don't we make a taco out of fried chicken? All right. What are we going to put in it? More chicken. Okay, cool.
Like, didn't one of the fast food chains like make a whole like sandwich out of like the chicken with like the buns, and on the inside
Oh,
was, like
Taco Bell, man.
It was like a
bacon and
chicken.
cheese or something. Like I
It was-
forget who made it.
Oh, a sandwich?
The
Yeah,
sandwich,
where the buns was 2 pieces of chicken.
yeah.
I think it was like KFC or something where they put
Like
like something between the 2
I
pieces
think it
of
might have been,
chicken.
Yeah, there was
it might
like
have been.
cheese and like bacon and some other.
Maybe
It
that's
was
what I'm thinking
it could have
about,
been
man.
Arby's.
I know that it wouldn't surprise me that it's owned by Pepsi. It's the same damn thing, you know?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the two. Yeah, it was just this past week that we tried the Red Bull slush at Sonic because it was on commercial and I was like so exhausted. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
those
this
are
is
good.
it was so good though. But no, that chicken sandwich, I want to say it was either KFC or
It was probably KFC.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet it was. I guarantee it was, man.
I bet it
Because they had the
was.
chicken taco and the chicken sandwich.
There's probably like a whole like subsection of the internet where you can like
Which-
look into these like crazy ass fast food obscure items. Like they're just some of these things are just like mind boggling that they've ever been that they've ever been put on a menu. But
Some of
people
them I wish
buy
they
them.
would make in our country, dude.
There's one when I worked at Carl's Jr. years ago. I mean, over in other states, it's known as Hardee's,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. You get like a $6 jalapeno burger, but instead of the meat, the burger, you substitute it with the charbroiled chicken.
Oh man.
It is so heavenly. It's not on the menu or anything, and they hardly ever make it right when you special order it that way. But it is so good.
It always looks so good on the commercial, but like to me, like a lot of those when you actually order them at fast food places, it's like, man, it doesn't look the same. You know,
it's not the same.
Well,
It's never
one of
the
those,
same.
the big like secret menu thing that was going around here for a while. I don't know if you guys had it. Was the McBitchin at McDonald's?
No, I don't know about that one.
Oh,
So you order, what was it? It was the McDouble and then the spicy chicken, right? But then you take the spicy chicken and put it in between the McDouble.
Whoa.
It's a McBitchin.
Yeah.
Sounds
My
good
brother
to me, man.
introduced you to that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it was my
damn
brother that
good.
told you about that one.
Yeah,
It is
had one in a
actually pretty
while.
good.
Yeah.
My friend would go to Wendy's and be like, "Yeah, man, we need more. I need to have a burger, and then a chicken, and then bacon, and then bun."
That'd be the way to do it.
Yeah, I remember your brother saying that he did try that McBitchin thing at Wendy's though instead of McDonald's. So I've only done it at McDonald's. I've never tried it anywhere else. But
It was one of the two. I don't know. I have a horrible memory.
no, it was McDonald's. We always did it. But I remember Jake saying that he tried it at Wendy's once too.
Oh, okay.
That one would be a little too hard though, because Wendy's like chicken is way bigger, and thicker. And,
I'm still salty at Wendy's for taking spicy chicken nuggets off the menu, and like they only have regular, like they still sell a spicy chicken sandwich and like a spicy chicken sandwich like wrap or whatever, but they for their actual like little nugget pieces they won't do the spicy anymore. Like it's like, yeah, that was the only reason I ever went to Wendy's, like for the spicy chicken, dude.
Bro, Wendy's has the $5 biggie bag now, man. You get like a double stack with bacon, chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink for $5.
I know, dude. But once I get to the chicken nuggets, I get disappointed, like because it's so bland.
Well, for me, I just skip the fries, dude. It's all about the protein, even though it's not great. But you got the double stack with bacon cheeseburger, and then instead of eating fries, you get nuggets. It's like, I don't know, man.
I know.
It's probably the best value meal out there.
When it comes to Wendy's, like I for some reason I have like this sentimental attachment to Wendy's chicken nuggets, like from my, I don't know if it's, I would say like my.
Don't even say your childhood, because spicy chicken nuggets aren't even longer than 10 years old.
Not childhood, like my early adult, like from when I was like 23 to 30.
All right, that's acceptable.
You know what I mean?
You started drinking, college, you get hungover, you need some spicy chicken nuggets. I get it.
Yeah, it was like a little joke between like me and my friends in LA at the time. Like, let's go get some spicy chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, after a show or whatever.
For us, we get the triple stack, man. We just call it the big slop, because between you being sloppy drunk and that sloppy ass sandwich, it's getting sloppy somewhere, man.
I do remember literally a time of like leaving a strip club in LA and going to get spicy chicken nuggets. So there it is.
Chicken nuggets, strip club.
Yeah. And with that, we'll call it a show. So
yeah.
Catch us next time.
if you caught Coast to Coast last night, I have a comic book coming out called The Erotic Adventures of NYC. So
we did catch that last night.
Thanks everybody for joining us. As usual, Direct Edition Squad, it's been a great time. Always love to see you, Bake and Soldier and Fuchsia. Jeffrey, we miss you, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you back soon. And we'll see you on another Sunday. Later.
Bye.
Bye. Live long and prosper.